Hey, scrappers and recyclers, it's Shark Scrapper. Some of you may recall I unloaded a bunch of these recently from a Gaylord box full of boards, and the question came up, should I cut this board along this line and instead of just selling it as a Telcom low-grade board and see if we could get more? Now, I've been thinking about this question because if I cut it right down here, this part of the board is now going to be a clean gold finger card, not a Telcom high. And this part of the board is going to end up being a low-grade, mid-grade board. I mean, it's just all power supply stuff. We have a few small components over here, but yeah, nothing that would cause this to be anything more than, say, a mid-grade board. Well, there's only really one way to do this. So I'm going to sacrifice two boards so that, because the weights on these things aren't, they're not a whole lot. It's like a half pound or something. We're going to go check it. But I'm going to sacrifice two boards and we're going to let Geek Shark do some math. Come on, let's dive in. All right, there's two of those boards, and that's 1.49 pounds for two of those boards. Trust me, you do not want to be breathing in the dust from this. And of course, there's going to be debris flying around. So make sure you've got eye protection on and a good dust cover over your nose and mouth. Plus, of course, gloves, because, you want to protect those digits. So the two low-grade parts come in at 1.09, and what is now the gold fingers, 0.40, and that's what we would expect because that comes out to 1.49. So the loss from the cutting was minimal, not even measurable with this scale. We're going to do some math now and see how this turned out. But one of the things that's really cool when you cut these boards in half like this is you can see the copper that makes up part of the substrate of the board. That's kind of cool. Listen, I don't need Geek Shark to help me with this one. This math is simple. We had two Low TELCOM boards together. They weighed 1.49 pounds. Board sort is currently paying $6.10 a pound, so that's $9.09. After we cut them, we ended up with 1.09 pounds of low mid-grade boards at 50 cents a pound, so that's 55 cents. And clean gold finger card or boards, 0.4 pounds at $7 a pound for $2.80, so that's a total of $3.35. Now, let's just say for fun that Board Sort would decide that this part of the board here was Telcom high. It's not. When you cut it, when it's together, it's a Telcom low-grade board. It came out of a Telcom device, Telcom low-grade board. When you cut it, that's not a Telcom board anymore. That's going to be a clean gold finger card. But let's just, for fun, let's do the math and see what happens. So we still have the low and mid-grade part coming out to 55 cents. That doesn't change. But if we change the other board to a high Telcom, 0.4 pounds at $8.75 a pound gives us $3.50 for a total of $4.05. cents. So we still have lost over half the value by cutting the board. So, you know, you got to be really, really, really careful when you think about, should I cut a board? Is that going to change the value of the board? And really think it through. Now, in this case, I was willing to sacrifice a couple of boards to do the math because, well, I've got a whole bin full of them. You can see over here, this bin is just chock full of those boards. And I've got another bin on the other side of the shark cage that's about half full of those boards. So I got plenty. I didn't mind sacrificing a couple. It's always worth doing the experiment. Well, that was a fun little exercise, even if we did not have to get Geek Shark involved. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. There's more popping up on either side of the screen. The big round thing in the middle is to help you to subscribe. Does not cost a penny. If you do want to get additional content and more specific help from Geek Shark or Shark Scrapper, you can join our Shiver, our YouTube membership. The link for that will be down in the description below. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.